And my wash day is usually 2 days. Yes, it is a 2-day process. Hi everyone, welcome back. I am Asantua. For those of you who do not know me, welcome. For those of you who already know me, welcome back. A lot of times people question me on what are some things that help my hair to grow and to flourish. And so I figured I would come up with a hair video that kind of outlines the steps that I take through a wash day. And my wash day is usually 2 days. Yes, it is a 2-day process. And it sounds like a lot, but it really isn't. Remember, I do have a small child at home, so I do have limited time a lot of the times. But this is something that I am able to make happen every single week. Because yes, I do wash my hair once a week, especially now that it's hot. I work out a lot, so it is very important for me to keep that once a week hair washing routine. So something that really works for me, and I've been doing it for about 5 years now, is something called pre-pooing. And what a pre-poo is where you do a pre-shampoo. And this is for me helpful because it helps with the detangling of my hair. My hair gets super kinky, as we can see, it's a 4C type. So pre-pooing is something that's really helpful. I also have low porosity hair. So what that means is that my hair has a hard time retaining moisture. And so I have to always kind of like fight a little bit hard to get that hair to take in the product that I'm giving it. So this is something that is helpful and beneficial to anyone who might have dry hair, anyone who may have that low porosity hair. Pre-pooing is something that really is beneficial because it helps with that step so that tomorrow when you have your wash day, the work is pretty much set out for you already. So I've been doing this and it's been really helpful for me. So I figured I'll take you through a step-by-step of what I do regarding my pre-pooing. Now, I just want to remind you, I recently had a baby about 2 years ago, and I did go through a lot of postpartum shedding. I'm still in the process of trying to just regrow that hair back. So if anyone maybe recently just had a child or has an issue with that hair shedding, this is the video for you. It really this helps just that process. I'm pretty much zero shedding now after a lot of just different me working with my hair. So hopefully I can help you with that. Before you start, please remember to like, subscribe, and turn on the post notifications so that you're notified every time that I post something, because I have some juicy, when I tell you juicy things in store for you guys. So please do that. The first step in my pre-pooing process is to get a piece of aloe plant. I got this from my local fruit market for $1, and usually it will last me about 2 washes. So head to your local fruit market, get you that plant. Remember, aloe is a succulent plant, so it naturally retains that moisture that you do need for your hair, especially hair like mine that is super dry. It have low porosity, so this will help to replenish that moisture back into my hair, and it will also is used as a thickening agent. So I always start my pre-pooing step with this. I cut it in half, and then I cut the edges off where it's like a pointy edge, and then I cut it in another few quarters. You will also need your oil of choice. I have a DIY oil that I make myself, which I can do a video one day on it, but it is filled with oils that are good for that low porosity hair. So I used to think that olive oil was my friend, and I learned more and more that it really wasn't. And I was using that a lot, and I was wondering, why it did anything for my hair. So make sure you find that oil that is right for your hair. I parted my hair into 6 clean parts. I then separated them using my clips. So this is the first step. Now, if your hair again is super dry, I would just give it a light mist before you start parting it to eliminate that possibility of breakage. Now I'm gonna spray my first part with some water. And again, this is just to get the hair ready to start that manipulation. You never want to work on dry hair. I'm going to keep saying that just so that you understand that is a big no-no. From there, I'm going to start just a minor finger detangling. Remember, I'm trying to eliminate that use of the combs and the brushes. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. But when you're constantly manipulating that hair, that's what causes that shedding, that excess shedding. So try to do as much finger detangling as possible before you even get to that comb. Next, I'm going to then start with the aloe plant, my first piece. I'm parting it just in some, I'm trying to do some neat sections so that it's hitting every single part of my scalp. Because again, I'm trying to get that moisture back in. It's been a week since I last washed my hair, so I'm trying to now get that hair back into that moist setting that it's looking for. Okay, so really make sure you get the scalp really well. Remember, don't be afraid to squeeze that aloe plant. When you feel like it's getting dry, there's always some moisture left in it. After I finish with the scalp, I then start to work the aloe plant from those roots to the tips. Okay, so now I'm really now getting that moisture now to my tips of my hair. Do not forget about those tips of the hair, because remember that's your oldest part of the hair, so that really needs the most work. So really make sure you're using that aloe and really massaging it into those not just the roots but also the tips. Okay, so and I take just once I finish with that section, I start to massage it. I'm making sure it's hitting every part of that section. Next, I apply my homemade oil. And again, this is the oil now is going to just help to seal in. Remember, oil is a sealant, so it's going to seal in that aloe plant. I'm leaving this aloe in my hair overnight. So I really want to make sure it's locked in so that it does the work for me. So find that oil of choice that works for your hair. Make sure you rub it in. And then this is when now if you really feel like you want to go with the comb, just to make sure you get those last bits of knots out. I did pretty well with my finger detangling, so I didn't really have to go back in with my comb. But make sure you do use that oil to help with the slippage also, because now your hair is going to be extra slippery, which is what you want in order to get that comb through it. So as you see, I'm working each section and I'm going through that same process. I'm applying the water with my spray bottle. I'm doing like finger detangling. I'm applying the aloe from roots to tips. I'm applying my oil to seal in that moisture. And then I'm going to just if you need to do that light comb just to get those extra few tangles out, that's where you would do it. Again, this time around, my hair wasn't that tangles. I didn't really need to use the comb. Sometimes I do have to use that comb, but today it wasn't too bad. So I was able to just do most of my work with the finger detangling. So I'm just working the mixture through section by section, and usually this will take me about maybe about 20 minutes. And it seems tedious, but believe me, it's going to save you so much time when it's time for wash day, because you're getting that first initial, just like that annoying stage out of the way. So by the time it's time to wash it, the work is pretty much done for you. So once I'm done, I then take the aloe and go around my edges. Now remember, I told you I went through a lot of postpartum shedding. I did lose a lot of hair post-baby, so I am working on just growing my edges back thick, growing my hair back thick. So make sure you get those edges. Aloe also does help to stimulate that hair growth. So make sure you really massage it. So I usually take the aloe, once I'm done that last piece, I'm massaging my edges. I'm going back to maybe through the parts and just massaging what I probably may have missed. So now I'm done, and this is what it should look like. Again, I do sleep with this overnight. So this is now where you can apply either your silk scarf or bonnet, and depending on the time of the day, if you still need to go back outside, just throwing I usually will throw in a head tie. If it's the winter time, I throw in a little hat, and I'll leave it in until it's time for me to wash it out the next day. So throw in your head tie if you need to. This is what I did today. I was going out to run some errands after I was done. So this is what I did. And that's that. And I will sleep in it tonight. And that is my pre-pooing. Feel free to just let me know about any steps that you might take for that pre-pooing. Do you pre-poo? Do you feel like it's a waste of your time? Do you feel like it's helpful? I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope this was helpful. I hope you were able to learn something that you can incorporate into your wash day routine. If you have any ideas, I'm so open to suggestions regarding maybe what your pre-pooing steps are. Feel free to comment below. Feel free to let me know what has been working for you. But maybe I'm always open to incorporating new things and new ideas. So remember to like, subscribe, and turn on post notifications. And I will see you next time. Bye.